Hey everybody! Today I'm really excited to show you how to use Heather Nichols' new mini scrapbook series tabs, stamp set, and coordinating dies to create something other than a scrapbook. Papertrey Ink is all about showing people versatility, and I'm going to do just that today. To start with, I went ahead and cut a piece of Hawaiian Shores cardstock with the page die that comes with this set. Normally if you were looking at this you'd think, okay, this is a page die, what else can you do with it? Well, I'm going to show you how you can actually turn this on its side like so and utilize these holes for handles for a special organizational tool. So to start with, I'm going to go ahead and take an 8-inch piece of new leaf stitched ribbon, and I'm going to kind of fold the ends together, and I'm going to stick them through the hole like so. And then when I flip it over to the back side, you can see the end of the ribbon is right there. I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape and put it directly over the end like that. A perfect little handle. Now what I like about using the page die for this rather than doing it myself from scratch is that I had to do no measuring, no nothing, and the handle holes are exactly the same distance from the edge of the cardstock, and it was very easy, and it's something I can mass produce very easily. Now the cool thing is that this page die is just about the right size to coordinate with the clear boxes that our stamp sets come in. So what I'm going to do is actually put the bottom edge of the box, not the bottom edge of the bottom flap, the bottom edge of the box at 4 3/4 inches. And you can just go ahead and put this right in your paper trimmer and cut it off at the correct measurement. You might have to go back and forth over it a couple times. Like so. I'm going to apply some adhesive to the back of this 3-inch strip of paper, and I'm going to adhere that right across the front. As I've pointed out before in my other videos, I really like to make my borders longer than what I need and go back and trim. So that's what I'm going to do here. I've adhered this in place. I'm going to flip it over to the back, and I'm going to trim everything nice and neatly. And I end up with this nice, clean, even border on the front. Now I'm going to create a little accent to go on the cover of my portfolio. I'm using the This and That title stamp from Take Note, stamping it onto white cardstock using Hawaiian Shores ink. I'm then going to take a 1.5-inch circle punch, invert it, center it like so, and punch it out. I then have a large scalloped flower, the Beautiful Blooms die, cut from new leaf cardstock. And I'm just going to do is I wanted to add a little bit of our new felt to the front of this project. So what I did is I used this tab die that coordinates with the set, and I cut it out of some Hawaiian Shores felt. You cut the felt just like you do paper using the same exact sandwich, and it's amazing how clean the cut is. I don't know if you can see how clean that is, but literally just like everybody's been saying on our message boards, it cuts like butter. What I'm going to do, I'm actually not going to use this as a tab. I'm going to use it as a decorative accent. I'm going to cut this tab in half like so. Just like that, one little snip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these right underneath the edge of the title. I just have a needle threaded with white crochet thread, and I'm just going to stitch this button right in place. After I've stitched both buttons in place, this is what the front of my portfolio looks like. And I'm just going to line it up with the top edge of this stamp box. And once you line it up, if you flip it over like this, you can flip it here and get a really good adhesion by running your hand on the inside of the box. So you end up with something that looks like this. Next, I'm going to line the inside of this box. I have a piece of new leaf cardstock that I've cut perfectly to fit inside. It measures 6 inches by 4 5/8. I'm going to remove the adhesive. If you'll notice, the score tape doesn't go all the way to the edge. It's about 1/2 inch or so away from the edges, and that is because those edges are going to show through the front of the box, and I don't want the adhesive to show because I'm adhering this inside behind the focal point. And I'm just going to line the new leaf cardstock up with the top edge of the box, like so. I'm going to go ahead and slide the bottom tab into place, like so. And I wanted my portfolio to have 3 sections. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and prepared 3 other boxes cut to the same height. The middle one has score tape on the front with another piece of new leaf cardstock adhered to the inside back. And the third box has score tape on the front, new leaf cardstock in the back, followed by the same exact page die out of Hawaiian Shores cardstock and a ribbon handle, just like so. Now I'm going to go ahead and assemble this. Now I'm going to show you how to use the stamp images from Heather's tab set to create your own tabs for this portfolio. The little die that she designed looks like this when you die cut it. You saw that earlier when I used it with the felt. And there's different borders to go along with these tabs, and I'm using one of my personal favorites with Hawaiian Shores ink. Now it's important when you stamp these borders on here that you align the top of the curve of the border towards the top of the tab. If you line it up towards the bottom, the curves won't match up perfectly, so that's why you want to kind of go a little bit more towards the top. Like so. And then when you remove it, you end up with that. Now there's lots of little titles to go on these tabs that Heather included. Some are scrapbook related, some are organizational related. It's a great, great set. I'm adding the word sketches here in black ink, and you can see the words fit perfectly in the tabs, like so. Now I've already created the 2 other tabs for my portfolio. I'm personally going to be using my portfolio to organize some of my creative magazine clippings that I keep for inspiration. The best way I've found to adhere these to my particular project is to go ahead and run a 1/8 inch piece of score tape along the 2 flat edges of the tabs. And then all you have to do to adhere it in place is make sure that the score tape is on the plastic part of the box and squeeze them together. And there you go. Now here's the finished project with all 3 of my tabs. I love how this turned out. It's really a compact, sturdy storage piece. I'm looking forward to organizing magazine clippings, sketches that I do. I'll probably cut some cardstock to size that will fit in here to keep on hand for jotting ideas down of different sorts. And I'm sure you can imagine a million other ideas for this, including a small gift bag if you just used 1 box. But no matter how you decide to use them, these page dies are perfect for adding a handle to the stamp box.